Sorry about my hair, guys. Yeah. I know, shocker. 3 videos, 3 shows in one day. Crazy. Might get a fourth one tonight. We'll see. What's going on, everyone, out here? Today, I'm going to be showing you my official 2026 playoff bracket. I'm going to give a rundown on why I picked these teams to make the playoffs. I'm going to tell you their records. Let's make sure we get some focusing on here. Go get my hat. Apparently, it only invites me with my hat. Hello, Drake. You need to go back and watch some of the predictions I did for Oklahoma and everyone else. I know, a shocker. I'm doing 3 videos in one day. Very unlikely of me to do, but as always, again, hello, everyone. Today, I am not this is not like the normal show where I give you a broadcast commentary and stuff. This is more just me and to myself and all that, I guess. Let me make sure we are in focus. So today we're going to be going over my official 2026 playoff prediction. I'm going to, again, like I said, I'm going to tell you guys why I picked these teams. Yeah, I know, crazy. I'm going to go over why I think these teams, each team made it, what their record's going to be, and go from there. Why is things lagging? Something should not be lagging. This should all be good. Excellent, excellent. It's probably because of my camera. Well, check your internet, because my internet, I have the stream connection over here popped up, and it says it's excellent. Oh well. But yeah, anyways, like I said, we're gonna go over it together, and there may be some upsets here, maybe some shockers. I don't know, but we're gonna give you my best take, and again, I've done a couple other videos today. I've done my official. Go watch my official Oklahoma. Yeah, dog crap. Go check out the Oklahoma 2026 college football prediction video, and then go check out and I also included Oklahoma State schedule. Then go check out the Texas one I did, and finally go check out the SEC one I did. So yeah, I technically am doing 4 videos right now, but yeah, I would recommend you check those out for clarification on what I'm about to do. But without further ado, let's jump in and give you who I think is going to make the 12-team playoff. As always, football season is right around the corner, so I want you guys to take care of yourself and make sure you're doing everything that you can to keep yourself ready for this football season. It's going to be fun, and we're going to enjoy a lot of football because it's back. The NFL is back already, but August 27th, mark your calendar. We're going to begin the college football road to the playoffs. So pulling up over here, I've got my thing pull up over here, so I'm going to pull there. As you can see, I've got all this. See, I want. So here is the playoff bracket. You obviously have your first round, second quarterfinals, semifinal, national title. And then here is suggested, which we don't care about, but I'm going to pick all 12 seeds and give you an explanation on the thing. But first, I'm going to go ahead and put them all on the screen, and then I'll go over why I think they are where they are. So, of course, the first, this is going to be quite obvious. I think based on the model and everything I've done, this is the most likely outcome for it. So let me just put them all in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the first 4 buys. Might shock you a bit as to who the number 4 seed is, but you kind of can tell. You'll be shocked at who it is, but you can kind of make sense of it. All right, so let me go over the first 4 teams. So the first 4 buys, I think, is going to be Oklahoma, Ohio State. Yeah, it's going to be fun. So going over, looking at Oklahoma here, I've got Oklahoma, and I'm going to pull up I have a screenshot. Let me go find, whoops. Let me go find my screenshot real quick. I have it pulled up over here. Here you go. Okay, so I have this one pulled up over here. And then okay, so here's what I have the model and stuff right here as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. So now I can close this out. All right. Anyways, back to this. So, like I said, I think Georgia's gonna win the SEC. Georgia, I have them going 11-1. Their only loss would come to Auburn in an upset, which I think is possible with Auburn now. But I do have them losing to Auburn, which gives them their first loss, and then that gives them the 11-1 record. They still have the best record in uh, in in college football. So I think they take the number 1 seed. Ohio is not. It's pretty obvious. I think Ohio State with their schedule, if they win out, I have them going. All right, so looking over here, I've got it pulled up over here. So in this standings right here, so I have Ohio State going 11-1 over here. Their only loss comes to Indiana, which makes sense. Miami, they obviously the only reason they finished the year. Hold on, bro. Let me just go ahead and fill this all out because I forgot to re-edit it. Crap. Oh, I already screwed up my thing. Actually, no. I'm right. So I'm actually so yeah, Miami finishes. Miami, I don't care about their record. They're gonna win the ACC. So if you remember, the buys go the group. There's one SEC buy. There's a Big 10 buy, Big 12 buy, and then there's There's all four power teams get a buy. So that means Georgia, Columbus. Wait, that means Oklahoma. Hold on. That's right. It would be the Big 12. So, all right, number 5. Okay, hold on. I got it. I fixed it. I know why. There you go. So I fixed it now. We're good. So Georgia would be the SEC by. They'd be the number 1 seed. Ohio State Big 10 by. Miami gets the ACC bid, and then BYU takes the Big 12 bid. So that's the Power 4 done. I have so again I have Miami winning the ACC and automatically clinching a playoff spot. BYU, I think BYU is gonna. I think Texas Tech is not gonna do as well as it did last year, and the whole Brendan Sorsby gambling addiction or whatever that's probably given BYU a lot of motivation to defend to fight tooth and nail. So I think BYU goes ahead and finally claims that pivotal Big 12 title that they were robbed of last year. And then number 5, unfortunately, is Oklahoma Sooners. I have them going 10-2. Their only 2 losses came to Georgia in both the regular season and the playoffs. Does beat Texas. They do beat A&M. I do think they take care of Texas this year. But it is kind of unfortunate that they don't get that. No, they lose in the playoff. I think Oklahoma gets a good seed, but I just think that unfortunately for the Sooners, they can't win the SEC, and it might be their only chance with the way with how weak everyone is. We'll see how it goes, but expect Texas, LSU, Oklahoma, and Georgia and Ole Miss to all basically be vying for that number 1 seed. But I have them going 10-2, getting a nice seed, and possibly taking on the number 7 seed. Going down, the next one is going to be quite controversial, but I do think it can happen. We've seen it before. I think if you're going to have a 12-team playoff with Lane Kiffin, LSU's it's going to probably make it there. I think LSU gets in. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Let me do Texas. I think Texas. They have them going 9-8, but they have the head-to-head. They have the head-to-head win over LSU and some of the head-to-head wins over the rest. So that boosts them up to number 3. So I think that gives them the edge over LSU, Ole Miss, and them. Number 7. This one's obvious. I think LSU. I think Lane Kiffin probably going to go 10-2, 9-3, 10-2. 10-2, LSU is in the playoffs no matter what. So interesting. Finally, you obviously have Indiana. I think Indiana gets the number 8 seed this year. Number 9, you have to leave it up to chance here. I think Oregon as well. I think Oregon gets there. Obviously, you need your independence. So Notre Dame, congratulations, you go 10-2. The 11th seed will be the runner, I think, group of 5 representative. So this is the way on. There is. Oh, that's right. The number 10 seed. That would make sense. Number 11 goes to Notre Dame. And then obviously you have your group of 5 representatives, which would be Tulane. So here is the playoff. So I don't need much. You don't need a. So looking at this right here, this would be I would love this to happen. So of course your buys here, but Oklahoma would face Tulane in a 5v12. Indiana would have a rematch with Oregon in an 8v9. Notre Dame and Texas would head to head 6v, and then LSU. This, oh my God, it would we would renew that revenge. So let's go over one on. Let's start off with the bottom and go to the top. Ole Miss, LSU. I think Ole Miss does it. I think Ole Miss shocks the world and puts LSU and gets revenge for Lane Kiffin abandoning them. They match up with the Buckeyes. Texas Notre Dame. Despite how much high I am on Notre Dame, I think they would be exposed quickly because they have their schedule. I think Texas with their schedule dwarfs Notre Dame's by a lot. Notre Dame only plays 2 Power 4 teams this year, Miami and BYU. So I don't think that would be enough for them to really be taken seriously. So I am going to take the the Longhorns over the Irish in probably what would be a 23-20 game or something very close like that, or maybe an overtime game. Setting up a matchup with Miami and Texas. Moving up to the top, Oklahoma would be in home field advantage. Setting up a matchup with a old Big 12 foe, that'd be BYU. And then Indiana and Oregon. If you remember last year, Indiana went into Oregon tried to fight Indiana, and Indiana pulled their pants down in front of the class and gave them the biggest spanking in the world. Hold on, my dogs are barking. Oh. Sorry about that. My dogs were barking for some reason. But yeah, as I was saying, Indiana, Oregon. I think Indiana they know Oregon. Like I said, there would be some shockers. So Georgia and Indiana, BYU, Oklahoma, Miami, and Texas, Ohio State, and Ole Miss. Yes, it's this match. These are extremely difficult to pick. But I think first off, Oklahoma gets dubbed. Miami, I think. I think Texas is too much for Miami. Mario Cristobal. I don't know. Mario Cristobal. Ohio State beats Ole Miss for sure. Georgia's beating Indiana. But of course, we'll get it to this in a second. But you pick your poison here. It's either way, it's a rematch. But I just don't. I don't know if because Texas has to beat Notre Dame. If Texas beats Notre Dame, they are capable of beating Miami. But Miami is like a different beast. And remember last year, Miami was the only team that gave Indiana a scare. Everyone else fell to Indiana except Miami. Miami gave Indiana its biggest scare. I think now that they don't have that dreaded Carson Beck on their squad, I think Miami. I feel more confident going for the Miami with the favorite in that one because Miami would be favored to win that game just as Georgia's over Indiana. So that sets up two rematches: an SEC championship rematch and uh, a a quarterfinal. No, a quarterfinal rematch between Miami and Ohio State. Ohio State is more prepared. Oklahoma and Georgia. This game could go either way. It's a pick 'em. It's not real. I don't know what's gonna happen, but if I'm being honest, it's a pick 'em, and unfortunately, I do think. Fortunately for the Sooners, I think experience triumphs. I think there's no way they lose to Georgia 3 times. That can't win a game twice. It's hard to win a game twice. So I think by that logic, Oklahoma does make it past Georgia. And by the way, if you guys say Georgia can whip Oklahoma to shreds, Oklahoma is not to mess with. Like they are capable of handling Georgia's defense and offense. And with Brent Venables coaching a guru, basically in a Gojo episode, that a JoJo Bizarre Adventure episode, I think Oklahoma can handle the task. So that sets up a final between Oklahoma and Ohio State, and and I think now I'm not scripting. This is not scripted, okay? But I do think if these two teams played, I feel like Oklahoma would have an advantage because they beat Georgia, they had to beat BYU, they had to beat Texas, Georgia. They would have been. They are the most battle tested team in this situation, and I think that triumphs over the Buckeyes. Give me the Oklahoma Sooners to upset the defending title and take away Ohio State's shot at a national victory, at a national champion. Give me the Oklahoma Sooners as the team as they finally can hoist the beautiful college football trophy that they have been wanting for so long. And I think if it's any year to get it, it's this year. This is the year for the Sooners. So there you have it. That's it. That's all I have for you guys tonight. Today might be the last video. We shall see. I might do more. I don't know. It depends on what I'm feeling. But here it is, your final prediction. Starting off going in order. Tulane, the number 12, 11, 10. The 12 through 9 seeds are Tulane, Notre Dame, Ole Miss, and Oregon. 8v5 is Indiana, LSU, and Oklahoma. And your top 4 seeds are BYU, Miami, and Ohio State, and Georgia. And from all the way down, and then here is your final bracket. Indiana beats Oregon, Georgia beats Indiana, Oklahoma beats Georgia, and Oklahoma beats Ohio State. But Oklahoma beats Tulane, BYU, Miami, Texas beats Notre Dame, Miami beats Texas. We get to what would be an all-time classic. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope this has brought you peace and knowledge of what can happen this year. Really excited for this year. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, I love you all. And as always, love college football and love yourself. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day, everyone. Oh, wait, by the way, real quick. Early on. Real quick, imagine getting this. Imagine getting this. imagine this. Imagine getting Alabama, Georgia. This right here would be kind of funny. Having Georgia and Alabama, and then this would be kind of funny because these are all like old school rivalries. Have Indiana and Ohio State, Georgia, no good. That would be fucking crazy. What about this one though? What about this one real quick? Hold on. Ready? Ready? Oh my god, imagine this. LSU, Ohio State, Lane Kiffin. All these are gurus. This would be the most chaotic I've seen. Georgia, Miami, Oklahoma State setting up a Bedlam rivalry. Bedlam in the playoffs was crazy, but Ohio State, LSU. You have Lane Kiffin versus Ryan Day, Kirksney versus Brent Venables, Kirby Smart versus Mario Cristobal, John Summerall versus Dan Lanning. Oh my god. You're just at this is any dream, any college football and any NCAA game. All right, okay, that's enough. Okay, good night. Goodbye. Goodbye.